No. Please.
What is the philosophy of pilgrimage, Hajj? What is the philosophy of pilgrimage?
What is the philosophy of Hajj?
Thank you for this very appropriate question, because the Hajj days, pilgrimage is found all over the world, in every religion. I don't remember any religion where they do not go to visit a holy shrine. And this is what is called pilgrimage. But nowhere in the world there is one shrine where all the people of the world go to visit. There's only in Mecca, there's Khana Kaaba. But I'll explain the other pilgrimages in other terms. The Hindus, for instance, have their pilgrimage to their holy places, but they are only pilgrimage to idol worship. Houses of idols made of stone, and they go there and think, if they go to visit these places, sometimes they walk for hundreds of miles barefooted to reach there, and the purpose is to have their sins shed without doing anything to shed the sins. There is no accompanying prayer like it happens in the case of Hajj to Mecca. It is not just the visit which absolves them of all sin, it is the prayer and the sincerity with which they determine never to return to a life of sin again. But in no other pilgrimage you will find this event or this aspect present. I visited some other pilgrimage places like the Christian places of pilgrimage, Khudam. You know Khudam? Yes, Khudam. And similarly, some other places of pilgrimage are found in France. Yes. Never have I found any other country which abounds in so many places of pilgrimage as France is. Under the Catholic influence, they flourished, and there may be thousands of such places, if not hundreds, maybe hundreds, if not thousands, but very many so places built in the name of some saints. And different people have their liking for different saints, and they think that saint can absolve them of certain diseases, certain defects, bodily defects, certain other misfortunes, and these pilgrimages are only to seek redress from God for their physical or material gains, no more. And for that, saints are specialized. You must choose the right saint for the right defect in your system or anything. But it is a strange thing that this type of pilgrimage is also found plentifully in Pakistan, so-called the country of one God and one prophet. People don't realize that as far as the pilgrimage to so-called holy places is concerned, Pakistan outbeats France in every aspect. There are trees full of rags in red or in white or in other colors, and these rags indicate that people went to those trees who were close to the shrine of somebody, some saint. somebody dead was buried underneath and there was a tree, and to pay homage to that someone seeking some redress or some cure, they go there, and it is said that if somebody is cured, then they hang one piece of rotten cloth over there to indicate that this peak has heard and responded to our prayer. Now, I have seen those trees myself. I was amazed at the first sight. In Abbottabad, elsewhere, in those such areas, they are plentiful. I said, what's this? So, no, you don't know. There's a great holy shrine of somebody, a tree is sprouting out of there, and those people who visited that shrine for some of their own personal requirements fulfilled their demand, and as such, as a sign of their holiness, they're putting these pieces of cloth. And this happens sometimes on the grave of a dog as well. It's something which never happens in France. I have never seen one place where people pay homage to a dog. So once I saw a long grave and a pilgrimage place building, around it, and I investigated from the local people what it is. They said a dog was buried here, and now somebody found it a befitting place for him to turn it into an economic advantage. So he sat there, especially dressed in green, and people started coming and paying their homage. In all such cases, they have to pay some money as well. That money goes to the pocket of the caretakers, and the dead dog doesn't know what's being done to him. And it so happens by chance that if 1,000 people have visited there, one person is cured by chance, he will hang one piece of cloth. So gradually they build up, and pilgrimage to shrines is something which has nothing to do with Khana Kaaba. Pilgrimage at Hajj has, you never see anything like rags and things hung over trees in Khana Kaaba and around. That pilgrimage is entirely dedicated to worship of God and one God. No human element is at any time involved at any such place. It's always God. And when you visit the place of Abraham, you also pray to God, not to Abraham. When you do your sa'i between Marwa and Safa and Marwa, you never pay your homage to Hazrat Hajra. Instead, you pay homage to God. So, one place which is completely cleansed of all forms of idolatry is Khana Kaaba. So, places of pilgrimage are also found among Buddhists, even among atheists, because they are sources of money for those who take care. Among the Buddhists, I have seen one big place which was shown on television, where thousands of Buddhists came barefooted and prostrated before the figure of Buddha and paid something which was collected by the caretakers. So all these places are commercial or commercialized. But one place which is not commercial is Khana Kaaba. Previously it used to be. Before the oil was discovered and the regime became rich, it so happened that under the British rule, the government established on in Khana Kaaba and around was that of the Saudis. And all the, shall we say, not Saudians themselves, but the people of the desert, Bedouins, they were all robbers. Whoever went to Hajj, they robbed them. And British government put her foot down. It was not Saudians who stopped this malpractice, it was the British who did that. And they told the Saudians not to do that or they will take action against them. So robbing around Khana Kaaba in the desert was stopped, but they start robbing within Khana Kaaba, within Mecca. So it was again British government which told them to stop this malpractice or they will move against them. So the British government is more Muslim, that is true, than the Saudians are. In short, this is the story of Khana Kaaba. But with the grace of Allah, now after the discovery of oil, no malpractices are discovered there.